Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Monday, July 15th. Impact map continues to show widespread thunderstorm coverage, mostly on the drier side. There'll be some wetter cores here in the yellow, but you'll see the activity gradually decrease over the next couple of days. It's bringing higher humidity somewhat, not getting as much initial attack as before, but still quite a few more lightning strikes to go. So IA still on the menu here, but also on Wednesday is an upper level disturbance moving in from the west could kick up winds 20 to 30 miles an hour across parts of western and southern Nevada. Those are areas that did have recent lightning. We'll have to keep a careful eye on that. On the right, our lightning over the past 24 hours. You can see the clusters in some spots here, especially in the central mountains of Utah, and also widespread across parts of central and northern Nevada into eastern Idaho. Precipitation on the left, not as wet as some of these things indicate, but still low-end wetting rains under some of the deeper cores. New fire starts in the red, not as prevalent, most of them down in southern Utah, the Arizona Strip, but still lots of fire on the landscape. It's been bone dry the past 7 days across most areas, not including yesterday, but you see some wetting rains here of 1/4 to 1/2 inch in dark blue to green. The 14-day has been very dry. That's part of the reason why our ERCs went up so high into the 97th percentile. Now, with the recent low-end wetting rains or just some dampening with higher humidity, you see some more greens on the map here. Some stations that did have a little bit of rain to go along with the lightning, but still a lot of areas remaining critically dry. Now, this was the 100-hour fuel map on Friday at the onset of the event. You can see this big area of red here of 5% or lower 100-hour fuels. That area today has shrunk considerably, so a little bit of moistening. Still critically dry, not quite as crispy as we were 3 or 4 days ago when this event started, and that makes sense. We continue with our Great Basin Fuel and Fire Behavior Advisory. You can go to our webpage and click on the details and see all the particulars that go into that. Now, the upper level map for today, high pressure ridge over us. This area in black is mid-level moisture that's increasing, not moist enough for widespread wetting rains, but for scattered to isolated lightning. Our best high-risk areas today in eastern Nevada, also eastern Idaho and parts of western Wyoming. There'll be thunderstorms elsewhere, either not as widespread or maybe with a bit more wetting rain. You can see the humidities on the right coming up into the teens now in most areas. We don't see the single digits. Winds, there'll be some breezes here in these green areas, maybe 15, 25 miles an hour. These red circles you see here, again, a lot of outflow boundaries from areas of thunderstorms, especially as they're diminishing, and you see some brief, maybe 15, 20-minute gusts that could be in a 40-mile-an-hour range. That's another factor, and that's also a factor up here near some of our fires up in the Uinta Mountains. So to keep an eye on that. And also breezy across the central mountains of Idaho. That's where there'll be some thunderstorms. You can see them on the map through here, and again, widespread areas. Hard to really pinpoint a certain area, but eastern Nevada, northeast Nevada seems to be the best, most favored areas, especially for high risk. Now, for tomorrow, high pressure ridge back in control. Is a little wave of low pressure here. It's going to start kicking things up, so we'll have to watch it. There'll be thunderstorms up in Oregon tomorrow. We don't have any high risk for us. We'll still have some thunderstorms around. This is the wind field map. There'll be, again, outflow boundaries from thunderstorms. Nothing particularly heavy, but again, isolated afternoon thunderstorms popping up. Maybe something a little bit more concentrated in northwest Nevada and also up in northeastern Utah. Some of this could get a little bit wetter as the RHs start to creep up. Now, on Wednesday, the high pressure ridge is in control. Kind of hard to see, but there's a bit of a disturbance still. We think this might fan the flames, actually increase the chances of lightning in parts of western Idaho, which is, especially the Payette, which is kind of missed out so far on the lightning. You can see the outflow boundaries where the model thinks there'll be thunderstorms on Wednesday. Humidity starts to dry out in some areas. We also are seeing increasing winds starting to kick up into parts of western Nevada. We'll have to keep an eye on that, and this is where the model thinks there'll be some thunderstorm activity. These areas in the gray and green. Precipitation amounts, again, not very heavy. 3-day precipitation totals. The big monsoon stays well down to our south. On Thursday, high pressure down over the Four Corners. Some moisture rotating back into southern Utah and the Arizona Strip. So you see some areas in the yellow here. Same story again on Friday, but then by the weekend, strong, dry, hot, high pressure builds back in for Saturday and Sunday. Lots of heat, maybe some moisture in far eastern Utah, but that's about it. 7-day precip totals and the 8 to 14 day outlook still looking very hot, and also looking on the moist side, maybe a return of monsoonal flow. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.